everybody, Manga Chris here, and today I have for you guys my Volume 1 review of Burn the Witch, Volume 1. I read through this the other day, and so I thought I would give you guys my thoughts. So right off the bat, this thing gets cool points because it's got a slipcover. That's pretty cool. This is what the actual cover looks like. It's got all the characters on it, and it has a double-sided poster. The two main characters, and then these are some of the other side characters that were introduced. They're like a council, sort of. They're all part of like a council sort of thing. It's sort of just like magic fantasy. But I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of information on the author, because this is by, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Tite Kubo. I hope I pronounced that right, probably not. But he is also the same author of Bleach, and also a series called Zombie Powder, which is an interesting title. Getting into it, yeah, right off the bat, visual presentation, very nice. It's a thicker book. It's definitely bigger than usual Shonen Jump, because this is by Shonen Jump. It's definitely a little bit bigger. Not too much bigger. Like, you can still read this in like a same amount of time. It took me about an hour just because it reads slow. But visually, very, very nice. I really, really like the art style. For you guys that have read Bleach or some of this author's work before, the art is very good. Here's like here's some art. Yeah, it's very, very good. This was also surprisingly funny. There was a lot of good comedy in here. It's like an action fantasy comedy, basically. Yeah, visually, very, very good. Character design is top-notch. I mean, the uniforms they wear are super cool. Each character has a very, like, unique vibe to them. They all, you know, dress a certain way or, like, have a unique look to them. But, yeah, the art, all the action stuff is really well drawn. Very, very well drawn. All the scenes where the characters were flying, drawn very well. You can definitely tell that they're flying. They're not just floating in the middle of a panel. Getting into more of the setting and characters, it reminds me of Harry Potter in the way, that, you know, in Harry Potter, the magical half of the world sort of like hidden behind the regular one. Like, didn't know if everybody knew this, but apparently in Harry Potter, the reason all their stuff, all the wizard stuff is like old, it's because magic short circuits electricity, apparently. I remember reading that somewhere. But it's definitely sort of got that, you know, hidden world sort of sort of thing. In fact, it literally is. It's set in a place called Reverse London, which is underneath London. But getting into some of the characters, so this blonde character right here, her name is Nini Spanklor. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see if I can find an introduction page. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's her introduction page. It says Nini Spanklor, second umbrella Wingbind, which is the organization they work for, Wingbind. Regular occupation, pop star, and lead singer of the girl band Cecil Died Twice. I think that's what it is. And the other character, her name is Noelle Niyashi, first umbrella Wingbind, regular occupation student. So basically, the organization that they work for in this series is sort of basically like their second job sort of thing. But yeah, as I just said, they work for an organization called Wingbind, which is sort of, they hunt and like harvest dragons. I'm not going to get too into it, because it'd make this video incredibly long and very boring. But it's not boring. I really enjoyed this read. There's the character of Balgo right there. He's sort of kind of like the comic relief character, doesn't really know what's going on. He's very funny. I like him. And the sort of thing that Wingbind does is, as you can sort of get from the name Wingbind, they they hunt and harvest dragons, you know, and dragons are not a good thing, but I think dragons are cool. Dragons are pretty cool. But in this universe, you know, dragons are, some of them are bad, some of them are good. In here it establishes some of them, you know, they can harvest for like natural resources, like there's one that grows grapes in its nostrils that makes really good champagne. really weird, but you know, it adds to the universe. I would say the only complaint that I have for this this volume 1 is actually technically 2, but the second one doesn't really count as a complaint. First off, later in the volume, a lot of the dialogue boxes and you know, characters speaking gets very text heavy. It can be a little confusing to read because it'll just be a text box in some panels that's, you know, several lines long, and then you know, you get to that and you're not sure who's talking anymore. It can be quite dialogue heavy. Like here's a good example. With just a lot of dialogue boxes on one page. That's only the really big thing I saw as an issue. Yeah, my other complaint, doesn't really count as a complaint, is I wish they had a volume 2 out already, because I really like reading this. But yeah, overall, it's a very, very good read. I hope people pick it up. I hope it, you know, gets popular. I mean, it's by the same author as Bleach, so I think it'll do fairly well for itself. On the back slipcover, it says, an exciting and new adventure set in the world of Bleach. I do not think the universes are connected very much, besides being set in the same world, so you know, that sort of sets the example of why people have superpowers, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't think there's a very big barrier to entry, at least in this first volume. Like, there's no characters from Bleach that show up and you're like, well, who's this guy, if you've never read Bleach before? So that's a good thing. But yeah, it's very accessible to read, very, very good read. The art is fantastic. Overall, if I average all my scores together, I gave it an 8.5, just because the reason not a 10 is the dialogue can be kind of heavy, and the pacing a little bit towards the end of this first volume kind of was like, okay, now what's happening? It got pretty quick paced. That's the only issues I sort of found with this book. But yes, overall, 8.5 out of 10. Very, very good. You guys should go read it. So yeah, that is my Volume 1 review of Burn the Witch, Volume 1. Very, very much looking forward to the second volume. I heard the release schedule for this kind of got messed up because there's a bunch of stuff happening with Bleach right now. You know, I think it's getting a technically final season for like the last arc, so the creator's probably very busy working with that and helping with that, so understandable this kind of gets delayed a little bit. But Volume 1 is still out. Go get it, read it. I hope you like it. That is everything for today, guys, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.